The health issues Alex Pereira had for this fight. He was on antibiotics for fever. He had an injured rib. He was on antibiotics for his throat, and he also injured his toe ligament. He was asked about the yawning gesture that Jamal Hill did after the fight.
Jamal Hill was seen yawning after the fight. Looks like he's implying that the fight was boring. I'm just curious if you can respond to that.
Tem vídeo do Jamal Hill bocejando depois da luta, como se dizendo que a luta foi chata. O que você acha?
Quem? Eu não entendi.
O Jamal Hill tem vídeo dele aqui na arena, tipo, bocejando, como se a luta fosse chata.
Tá bom. Pior que é mesmo. Acho que ele acabou de acordar do 300.
Yeah, maybe he just woke up from UFC 300.
That definitely was not a boring fight, and Jamal Hill's been carrying the UFC on his back this year, headlining UFC 300, 303, and 307, all knockouts in those fights as well. Prohashka appreciated the fight, just got back from training and saw the main event of UFC 307. Good action in the first 2 rounds from Khalil, then patience and non-stop action from Alex. Beautiful hunt. Back to training, time to evolve. Blachowicz is still upset at his decision loss to Alex Pereira, saying the decision in that fight was a joke. That was Jan's last fight last year, and since that time, Alex has won 4 times, winning the bout and defending it 3 times, so much has changed since last year. It's kind of crazy. If the judges give it to Jan, none of this happens for Alex. He does not grow to this mythical status that he has now. I thought both men looked incredible tonight and had the first 2 rounds for Roundtree, but those leg kicks added up. Well done to both of you, you're warriors. This is the guy who gave Alex one of his toughest fights in the UFC. Mark Goddard refereed his 500th fight on the UFC 307 card, including the main event. He said after the main event to Joe Rogan, "I've been doing this 20 years, and the way Alex Pereira hits people, the sound, it's like nothing I've ever heard before. It's ungodly." So interesting perspective from someone who has the very best view of the fight and the best access to sound. Khalil Roundtree absorbed 65 strikes from Alex Pereira in round 4. They were all brutal and devastating, busting up his face terribly, culminating in that TKO finish. 2 shots to the body and an uppercut is what did him for good. He gained the respect of Tyson Fury, who says that we don't play the fight game and these are modern day warriors. Roundtree, despite the loss, has his stock sore. He showed tremendous heart and he did win the first 2 rounds.
Of his experience, you know, not many people would be willing to come out here in altitude and to train with me. And, you know, we fought before and we trained really hard and he's always game. So, you know, I have to thank him for that. He spent a week here with me, and definitely this belt, part of that is due to him as well.
Sean Strickland says he expects the rematch between him and Drickus to be January in Los Angeles. And he's happy about that because he wants to fight on American soil. That's where it should be. This is an American organization. The entire roster has been outsourced to some foreign country. Let's bring it back to America. 2 of Strickland's last 3 fights were outside of the United States, 1 in Canada and 1 in Australia. Magomed Ankalaev reiterates that he will strike with Alex Pereira. If he does, he'll probably get knocked out. If he wrestles, he has a good chance of winning. But Alex is making improvements in those defensive wrestling and defensive grappling areas of the game. So the longer the time elapses between those 2 fighting, the odds improve for Alex. Alex would be a slight underdog against Magomed Ankalaev. He would be a bigger underdog against Tom Aspinall and an even bigger underdog against John Jones. Kevin Holland could not continue against Roman Dolidze after injuring his ribs, so the fight was stopped after the first round. Conor McGregor feels that he should have attempted to continue. Didn't even fucking try. Nah, that's ridiculous. Go out there and see how it goes. If it folds up again, you end up with the towel. Nah, that's not it for me. Holland's a solid vet. He should have went out and gave it a shot and see how it was. Wrong move. Conor may have felt a shitstorm coming his way, so he deleted that tweet. These are the scorecards for Mario Bautista versus Jose Aldo. I see a lot of people online complaining about the scorecards, saying Aldo got robbed and Bautista shouldn't have won that fight. I don't know. I think it was pretty clear that Bautista won round 1, Aldo won round 2, and Bautista won round 3. I'm not saying it was a good game plan in terms of winning fans, but it was a good game plan in terms of winning the round and winning the fight, which he did. So I don't really see this as being controversial, although one judge did give it to Aldo. How did you score the fight? Let me know in the comments. Opening odds for a potential matchup between Kayla Harrison and Juliana Pena have Harrison as a huge favorite. At those odds, Pena is not a bad bet because Harrison didn't look crazy good in her fight with Ketlin Vieira. She even admits that. Not my best, but it'll bring out the best from me. Thank you to Ketlin for the challenge, and thank you to all who believe in me. Harrison may well beat Peña, but Peña is a more well-rounded overall fighter, and sometimes over the course of a 5-round fight, that can play a factor in deciding who wins and loses because multiple adjustments are sometimes needed over the course of 25 minutes of fighting. The women's bantamweight division, though, is weird since Amanda Nunes left because basically it's just her daughters fighting each other to find out who's second best. Credit to Pennington and Peña, though. They fought hard for 25 minutes, and there were some good moments in that fight, like Pennington dropping Peña in round 4. Sean O'Malley looking to get back in that cage ASAP. I want to get back in there April, May, June. June would be the latest. I think I can get back in there before that. March maybe would be crazy. They could do O'Malley, Sandhagen, Umar Marab, and Piotr Jan versus Davis and Figueiredo in November. UFC may want to revisit doing this fight, Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. They were scheduled to fight in the past, but it didn't go down. Now it makes sense. Attendance for the card at UFC 307 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 17,487. Octagon MMA is doing a show next weekend with 58,000 fans, so that's definitely something to check out if you're in the Frankfurt, Germany area. If you go, let me know how that goes. Yasmin Lucindo is going to make a huge jump in the rankings on Tuesday. She's going to move up 8 spots from 14 to 6 in the strawweight division after beating Marina Rodriguez. Bittersweet night for the Penningtons. Tisha won, but her wife lost.
Your wife is your husband.
This referee loves eye pokes and hates clinching. He let Almeida get away with 4 eye pokes without even a warning in his fight with Pereira and separated them instantly in the clinch like it was a boxing match. If he refereed Bautista versus Aldo, that would have looked like a completely different fight. The UFC Octagon moves from Salt Lake City, Utah to Las Vegas, Nevada next weekend at the UFC Apex Flyweight Contest. Headlines the show Royval versus Tyra. Tyra is looking to get a title shot if he can beat number 1 ranked Royval. He's a 2-1 favorite to do so. In the co-main event, you got Junyoung Park versus Brad Tavares. Park is a slight favorite in that one. They were supposed to fight in July, but after the weigh-ins, Park was deemed not medically fit to fight.